Need to salute the flag. Please stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call of the members. Mr. Clerk.
Councilor Brown.
President.
Councilor Judith Garcia.
Present.
Councilor Teneri Garcia.
Present.
Councilor Lopez.
Here.
Councilor Robinson.
Here.
Councilor Recupero. Councilor Vido.
Present.
Councilor De Jesus. Councilor Heidelberg. Councilor Vega.
Present.
Councilor Taylor. Here. 10 members present, 1 absent.
Okay, we have a quorum. The next order of business is public speaking. Is anybody here for public speaking? I'll ask again, is anybody here for public speaking? Seeing none, we'll close that portion of the meeting. The next up is new business, and actually, we're going to take a recess right now for a couple minutes until we get the changes on the document, and then we'll come back in. Huh? we're gonna go back into session. The reason we took a break is we needed to make some changes to the pro forma, which we did. And actually, at this time, gonna have Mary from the Collins Group go through the changes that we went through inside, so the public can hear what the changes were made. If you wanna take that mic.
All right, we'll get through this. So what I did on the profile, because it's very messy to edit a PDF, so we put where it was on the profile, so if you have your printed profile that we shared with you, we can walk through them. So on page 1, at the bottom of the first paragraph, we took out the word speaking after Latino and before residents. Then also in here, you can see on the bottom of this paragraph, there's a few typos. We're just gonna correct those. We're not gonna highlight every one for you all today. The next one is on page 2. In the middle of the page, we're gonna rename the challenges for the city manager to be challenges and opportunities for the city manager. Within that paragraph, under the building on the foundation, we're adding the sentence, "The city manager will continue prudent financial management and fiscal oversight of all departments." Then we're going to add a new bullet for the schools. We're going to call it School Department Relationship. The city manager will work closely with the school superintendent on education and advocating for youth. Then on page 3, under addressing housing concerns, we're going to delete the last sentence that referred to a specific group and leave it as general as it's mentioned up above. Sure, I'm sorry. On page 3, under addressing housing concerns, the last sentence, a nonprofit group,
okay.
that's going to be deleted,
Okay,
that
great.
sentence.
Thank you.
Then, on page 3, under communication skills, in the second paragraph, we're going to change major public spokesperson to public figure and advocate.
Okay.
On page 4, under personal,
At the
we're
bottom.
going to change the last bullet to read multiple languages with a Spanish-speaking predominance. On page 6, we can skip page 5, that looks good. On page 6, bullet number 6, which starts with "in possession of a bachelor's degree,"
Yeah.
we didn't retype it, but you'll see here we're going to add a new bullet and specifically cite the charter language. So we're going to retype the charter
Sure.
language there.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a new bullet and add the specific charter language on the residency within 1 year and the provisions of the charter that about residency. And we'll put the whole language in there so there's no question. And then,
Mary, hold on. You got
Yes.
a question,
So
Calvin?
will I delete bullet 6?
yes, bullet
Yeah.
6 will leave. Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to be replaced with these 2 bullets.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And then all of the dates will be adjusted as we spoke. So it will, give the estimated timeframes, the deadlines of May 25th going forward. And then one thing we did not put under salary and schedule, we are recommending a very broad and loose category of anticipated salary of $200,000 plus or minus, depending on qualifications. That's the industry standard these days. It gives you flexibility, and it also gives out the idea that, with all due respect, you're not going to pay $300,000. So it gives people a framework of what it is we're looking at. And obviously, the language of depending on qualifications gives you flexibility when you're negotiating, but we want to give a framework. That was it.
Okay, thank you. Counselor Brown.
So under the salary and schedule, so what happens to the city will negotiate compensation? Are you gonna delete that, or because
We will
you,
use that same language, but we want to add this to frame what
200,000?
plus or minus.
Plus or minus. Depending
Okay.
on qualifications.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Are you looking to make a motion?
Make a motion to adopt as amended.
As
I'd like to speak
amended?
on it briefly.
Yes, you can speak on it briefly.
Thank you. So this came before us at the last city council meeting, and I wanted to, thank you, by the way. And I wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity to speak to it in a subcommittee on conference, so I'm grateful for all the councilors that voted for it to go to conference. I thought it was really a successful meeting. We were able to kind of talk about some of this language, and I want to thank the Collins Center for coming in and taking the time to go over this with us. And just for the public, I just want to let folks know kind of what's happening. So this profile that we're adopting tonight is what the screening committee that we voted for will be using to pick our next city manager. And it talks about the city and the priorities that we have as a municipality. So from now until May 25th, the Collins Center will be soliciting resumes. There's a deadline of May 25th of this year where we will not accept resumes past, that's the deadline. During that time that we're receiving resumes, the Collins Center will be meeting with the steering committee to kind of update them on different things such as come up with questions, the role of confidentiality, and talking about the profile. The first couple weeks in June, they're going to go over the resumes, do interviews, references, what else did I say? And while Collins is facilitating this entire process, with the expectation that at the first week in July, we should be getting some candidates back, and that's when hopefully we'll have the community input. Of course, things happen all the time, and so that might fluctuate a little bit, but as it stands, that's kind of what we're anticipating and what we're hoping for. So I just want to make sure that the public knows exactly what's happening and that we're trying to communicate with the public so they know exactly what's happening, so that you can join us on this journey of selecting our new city manager. There will be a point, once we get the final candidates, where we will include the public to come in and be able to ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thanks.
Counselor Brown moves roll call. I want to explain the vote.
The vote is on whether to accept the order to adopt the Chelsea City Manager profile as amended, as submitted by the Collins Group. A yes vote to accept, a no to reject. Call the roll.
Call the roll.
Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Judith Garcia?
Yes.
Councilor Tineri Garcia?
Yes.
Councilor Lopez?
Yes.
Councilor Robinson?
Yes.
Councilor Recupero? Yes. Councilor Vido?
Yes.
Councilor De Jesus, absent. Councilor Heidelberg?
Yes.
Councilor Vega?
Yes.
Councilor Taylor?
Yes.
10 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent. Collins Group is adopted.
The motion carries. Any special announcement or anything? Seeing,
Yes, a special announcement, yes. Saturday, we're gonna meet at 9 a.m. in front of the City Hall. We're gonna celebrate Earth Day, so we're gonna go out to the city to clean up some streets. So we invite people to come and support and help us. Thank you.
thank you, Counselor. Counselor Brown?
Thank you. I just want to congratulate the Chelsea residents who completed the marathon yesterday, 10th anniversary, very inspiring. If you had a chance to watch, it was very, very inspiring, but I know there was a few residents that ran from our city, Chelsea, and just want to say well done job, congratulations, and all the other residents who ran that race. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Seeing no other business before this council, we are adjourned.